everybody. Welcome to Off the Record Reviews, where we review music albums, everything from the mainstream to the obscure. My name's David.
I'm Alec.
I'm Carl.
I'm Zach.
Andrew.
Today we'll be reviewing Alec's Choice. What are we listening to?
Intronaut. Prehistoricisms.
Yes.
Very nice.
So what's everybody listening to lately?
Open-ended question.
You want to start?
A lot of like South American, Brazilian stuff. I've been in a samba mood lately.
Yeah,
so, I mean, one of the songs I put on here, she's a Brazilian singer, but you'll see what I mean. It's interesting. We'll
Cool.
get back to it when I'm there.
I think you're gonna like. It's gonna be later on, but I think you're gonna like the song I put on there by Disclosure. It's got little samba elements to it. Right now we're listening to Pendulum, right?
Yes. Featuring Steven Wilson.
Ah.
So, keeping on the drum and bass vibe
Oh, for sure.
from the last one.
Hey, you're nothing if not consistent.
Because
We
we
also got
mentioned
the-
Pendulum last
We've
time.
got the Gorilla Cam over here. Yeah, I mean, last podcast we were listening to some of those songs. What was it? Inner Space, Apex.
Yeah.
What was the other
There were
one?
some good.
It
We
was
were jamming
Boy,
for a while.
your mix?
last
Yeah,
time.
Maurizio Floyd. We
Yeah.
had a lot of good music.
It might be the quarantine, but listening to like upbeat music
Mm.
is kind of saving me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
just a lot of drum and bass.
Delusional optimism is always fun.
Sure. This is so funny. I just want to like see Andrew and I can't.
That's fine. You can make it sad.
What do you
hear
mean
my
you
voice, and that's more than enough. I feel like.
That's true. Well, this is actually the first time that Carl has joined us.
Carlton.
Also known as, what's your other alias?
Oh, Tiger Man.
Tiger
Yeah.
Man.
Or
Tiger Man.
Pinga Man on Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a reason they call you that? Or?
No reason whatsoever. It's just
Just
play
one of those
random.
things.
Just, you know.
It's not because he has a giant pinga.
Yeah,
It's just like arbitrary.
It's just a tiny.
You went the other direction with it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Anyways, I never thought I'd hear Steven Wilson with Pendulum. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, it sounds like completely normal.
Yeah.
Like,
The vocals work.
It works
yeah.
so naturally.
All the melodies are super, like, harmonious.
Mhm.
Just like perfect harmonies. I don't know. Yeah.
No, it definitely works.
He can do no wrong, in my eyes.
Personal
Yeah,
Shopper was
for
pretty good too. How old is this song? Do you know?
I'm not sure if Pendulum's still together,
a
are
group?
they?
Is it still a group? Are they defunct?
They might be getting back together, I'm not sure.
Mm.
I'm actually not sure. I think this album is supposed to be pretty good though. Immersion.
Mm. I think I actually heard tidbits of it. I don't know if it was that album or the one before that, but Pendulum's Pendulum.
This album art is pretty representative of the sound.
Yeah.
too.
That's pretty
I
cool.
think so.
For sure. What do you think, Carl?
It's cool.
You dig it?
Yeah, it's like.
Would you do
It makes
jiu-jitsu?
sense. It makes sense. I don't know if I would, but
Cracking skulls to Pendulum.
Jiu-jitsu strictly, SOS playlist, so
Son of Seagal.
some Seagal,
Ah.
Some new metal shit.
yes, it's like you want to break skulls and you need some like heavier like
Trapped.
Headstrong.
Headstrong.
yeah,
baby.
headstrong, absolutely.
I get it.
Your puddle of mud,
Your puddle of mud.
Hell yeah.
The standard stuff.
Yeah, of course,
You know.
Goes without saying.
Definitely, the playlist definitely needs an update though.
Yeah, we'll sprinkle
It
in
hasn't
some
been
more stuff.
updated in probably like what, a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah,
It's
something
been a
like
minute.
It's aging. It's like a
that.
fine
It's aging
wine.
like fine wine.
You got Blurry on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Kidding me?
It's so bad, it's good.
What about
No.
Stabbing Westward or some shit?
No. I
Breaking
don't-
listen to that.
dude.
Well, we got Breaking
Breaking
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Oh, hell yeah.
Benjamin is a safe bet. I
What is
see.
it like? What is it? Crossfade.
Apparently they had a song in Halo 2, right? Breaking Benjamin. They did
Yes,
some-
That's so cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it Breaking Benjamin?
I'm pretty sure. Then Incubus was on there
did.
too.
Incubus did. Yeah.
Incubus
Incubus is one of those bands that just kind of does everything. You know?
Oh,
you
yeah.
check it up on them a couple years, they're just doing a different thing with their new
I
album.
was like, no shit.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, this Incubus? It's like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like, that's cool, man.
Well, If anything, it just shows that like new metal is aging pretty well. I would
Yeah.
say. Certain new
Metal's
metal.
getting more love now than it ever did, dude.
Sort of. Like, there's some new
It's-
metal that will always be kind of like a joke, kind of like Trap Headstrong. But then there's, you know,
There's more evergreen stuff.
Yes.
Like Linkin Park.
sure. I think more than anything, people just take Linkin Park a little more seriously now that Chester killed himself. That's just me. I don't
Maybe.
know. That could just be me.
Now they're like super
Maybe brought it back to the
That's more
spotlight, you
than
know?
fair.
It's like, that was like your teenage years, you left it back there, and then, you know, that happened. Now it's like, oh yeah, man.
We'll
I
be
remember
seeing a new metal
I used to
band
mess with them a lot.
First album I ever burned,
wow.
Meteoria.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
that was,
Still
that
the
was
first
my
album that I ever burned. Yeah.
Who's this?
This is The Garden. The song is called AMPM Truck. I originally found out about these guys. They're two brothers from Southern California. We were going to go see a show in Tampa, near you. It was going to be George Clan and them.
They were gonna
Started
play with
listening to them.
John Plantron himself.
John Plantron, that's right. But yeah, you know, I like their sound. They're a little punk influenced. I listen to other stuff, a little drum and bass here and there, which is perfect because it fits the current atmosphere pretty well.
I love his riffs.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
a little funky, a
nice.
little jazzy.
Very clean.
But then out of nowhere, they just get a little heavy, a little
It's like
intense.
surfer punk.
That's what I was gonna say, sound like kind of like surfer.
Surfer
Yeah.
punk kind of stuff.
You like the twang and stuff. Clean.
Good tone on those vocals too.
Oh yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 6. It's on the album.
Dude,
It's
they
on
brought
the-
back Tony Hawk.
They did, yes.
Yo!
So cool.
It's pretty badass because they brought back all the original music and all
It
that.
could be. They could just
They never remade the games,
release
did they?
two.
So it's like-
That's what they're doing, right?
No, but
Let's
I
hear it.
thought they did, and then it was like nobody got it.
It was
at
bad.
all.
It was
yeah,
really bad.
they
It was-
remade it already.
Tony
dude.
Hawk definitely
It was like-
was declining.
I guess I
For
know.
a while
Yeah.
there.
But now it's like
Define bad.
definitely
I
they're
mean,
like
it's
taking
what you
advantage of the
expect.
nostalgia factor.
Well,
of
when
a lot
like
of
Skate
games.
came out and stuff, like it fucking changed.
Yeah.
like
Skate
skateboarding
3
games
was
and stuff.
amazing.
Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
Right there.
That's fair.
I thought that was the Simpsons skateboarding.
The drums there. Cool.
I like the drum
That's
sound.
really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's
It's very
badass.
punchy.
I like that. I like that.
They're high in the mix. It's pretty good. Wait, what were you saying about The Simpsons?
I thought the Simpsons skateboarding revolutionized skateboarding games.
I
Dude, I never
forgot
played that
That
game.
was a thing.
I played Simpsons Hit and Run,
Yeah.
That revolutionized Grand Theft Auto.
pretty much.
Crazy Taxi, man.
Well, Grand Theft Auto was already.
You know,
out at
yeah,
that point.
it revolutionized Crazy Taxi.
Revolutionized the genre of Crazy Taxi.
They did that too. Yeah, they did both.
Speaking of new metal, would you consider The Offspring new metal? Would that be new metal?
No, they're
No?
more like what?
They're kind of punky.
They're punk. For sure.
Yeah, they're alternative.
Alternative for
that's a
sure,
big
yeah.
umbrella term for like a lot of music.
A lot of
the
the
drum
songs-
beats are always like.
A lot of their
Yeah.
songs are definitely
They're almost
like.
like what is it, disco-y a little bit.
I feel like the music is like very punk in the terms of like you know their lyrics and stuff. It just seems very like coming to age and you know dealing with certain issues that growing up and
Thematically.
stuff.
Thematically.
They did what was it? The whole soundtrack to Crazy Taxi, right? That's why I brought them up.
They had a lot of songs
Yeah.
on it for sure.
Yeah.
That made me buy Ixnay on the Ombre.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that album that had like
Pretty much
like
all the
4
hits.
songs in Crazy Taxi.
Nice.
That and the self-titled Gorillaz album were my first 2 CDs that I bought. Pretty
A lot
solid.
better than me.
I remember I got for like a birthday Avenged Sevenfold.
I might remember that.
That makes sense.
It was the one that had Backcountry. It was
Backcountry was on it, but I don't remember what the fucking name
Was
of
it
the
like the
album
white cover with like a skull?
no,
with
someone
wings on
was
it?
like brown, right?
I don't even
I
know.
don't
There's
remember
like a
what
guy
the-
riding a motorcycle. He has a skull for a face.
Yeah, Backcountry.
It was all just rap metal as hell. I don't know.
That was
I
the
never
time.
really liked Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah, but you
Neither.
gotta admit the vocalist. What's his name? I forgot the
Sinister Cage.
Is it Sinister Gates? Yeah.
Sinister Gates. Is that his name?
He's pretty good.
Sinister
though.
Cage
He's
is like a
pretty good
Mortal
at singing.
Kombat off-brand character.
I don't remember.
He's like
what-
a vampire. And he's got like arms.
Yeah,
little
yeah.
arms.
I don't remember what the first CD I ever got was. I think it might have been.
Yeah, this is me. This is Siu.
Nice.
I think it means sky. It could mean sky or heaven depending on its usage.
Was that her
She's
name?
got her name, yeah, that's what she goes by. But I mean, this is an old album. This is like 06. But it's
Old.
just it's a cool sound.
So
That's
old.
old now. That's old
Hey,
now.
dude, it's tripping me out. That's 14 years
Yeah,
ago.
that
I'm
was
telling
14
you,
years ago.
man. Like,
It literally is.
It's the year Dwayne Wade and Shaq won a title for Miami Heat.
Yeah,
This is
think-
what we have
Think
Tiger Man
about the
here on the
landscape that
podcast,
this
ladies and
song came
gentlemen.
out to. man.
NBA facts and statistics coming in and out.
We need
You know,
someone
Shaq
to
was
do
on
it.
his way out and Wade was coming in. You know.
What do you think Shaq listens to when he's pulling his pud?
Probably this.
Oh, his own #1 hit single.
Oh yeah.
Biological didn't bother.
I thought you were gonna say when he was like a DJ. What
No,
is
that's
that?
he was a rapper.
No.
He had a couple singles. He had Biological Didn't Bother, and he had Can't Stop the Rain, which I believe to some extent involved Biggie.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it
did
did.
You know what I think
any
he
of
listens
this.
to? I think he
It's
listens
true.
to Black
Wow.
Eyed Peas when he's pulling his pud.
You think so?
He's probably listening to Black Eyed Peas.
Black
He
Eyed
listens
Peas.
to Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
You think?
Pulling his
Elephunk was
pud, dude.
sexual. It was a sexual album.
That
was
was that.
Or he's listening to like NWA. Like he's like mad aggressive with it. You know? He's just like he's like beating it. You know.
He's just
He's going
choking
hard.
it out.
Yeah, he's just brutalizing his pud. But,
Man,
yeah.
this is smooth.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's got something, I'm telling you. I mean, now she's going the St. Vincent route. She's doing some weird electronic sort of like,
It's funny you bring up St. Vincent. I haven't heard anything from St. Vincent. in a
yeah,
while.
she's been pretty
Time.
quiet.
Yeah.
Last thing she did was the thing with David Byrne, right?
Oh sure. You would
I look around
you would
the
know,
room.
I guess.
Look around the room.
That's it. That's
No, I don't listen to St. Vincent. That's
Really?
the last
No,
I heard.
I mean,
no.
I just,
I was so into St. Vincent for years, and then I don't know.
Now, Mew had this weird obsession with her, and I never really got it, so I never got into it.
Same. Yeah, there's a little bit of horns coming in there.
Horns are nice.
Make you horny.
Just like Mew had that weird obsession with Grimes, but nobody cares anymore.
Weren't they also obsessed, or maybe just all of 4chan, a little bit with like Taylor Swift, convinced she was a user?
Because she was.
was
Yo,
Yeah.
people were
I think
convinced
so.
that Taylor Swift was like based and right
Yeah.
wing.
And she was like
Yeah.
posting shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Because the reason was because she refused to like give any political opinions.
Which means
In
you
public.
obviously go on B. Like that's.
Yeah, well.
There's no.
But then she went like super hard.
But then, yeah, she went super hard. She was like,
feminist,
well,
like,
I guess
Netflix.
people got the wrong idea, so actually, no, I'm a really, like, radical leftist.
Yeah.
So.
Did you guys see that thing Lana Del Rey posted?
No,
And everybody
I don't
went
watch anything.
crazy.
What did she do?
She like posted this thing talking about how can I just make music that empowers me for myself?
No.
And then she said I'm
No.
yeah. And then at the very end she like plugged in her newest album coming out and her like poetry book that's coming out. Well, this is good by the way. What are we listening to?
This is nice.
Oh, yeah, I've been listening to this a little bit lately because a friend
Oh.
posted this song
Hell yeah.
as covered by someone else, but it reminded me of this. Yeah, it's a really good soul funk song by Niteflyte, which I don't know a whole lot about them,
I
but they
was
only have
born
like,
in the wrong decade. I swear, man.
you sound just like every 13-year-old on YouTube back in 2009.
Yeah, I know. I was one of
Thank
them.
I think they only had this one album or maybe 2 albums. I think
it
just
had
the
just
one.
this one song. It's enough. Man.
Yeah, it's good shit. Can I say shit on the podcast?
I don't
You just
know.
did.
Whatever.
We just lost our monetization. We were sponsored by Mangrate.
Sorry, Susan.
What?
Mangrate.
Man great?
They revolutionized steaks.
Grading your
Mangrate?
balls?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Mangrate.
What's the
dude.
one on the fridge?
No, there's
Ball bangers.
Ball Bangers. That's my company. I'm
.co.
sponsoring it.
Yeah, on New Year's, Carl came up with his new idea, his $1 billion idea of ball bangers.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry to say, guys, Ethan Klein got us canceled from Ballbusters. He got our sponsor.
Shit. He's a shiesty goyim.
He's no Goyim.
Oh. Anyways.
Can I just go out on a limb here and just say I don't like A Straight.
That's a fucking controversial opinion, dude.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
think anybody's gonna agree with you.
Just don't like
Papa Ethan could do no wrong, dude.
it sucks.
Hard to argue. I think you just changed my mind.
Yeah.
When you put it that way.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, this song is like a song that I will sample. In the
Yeah,
near
that's
future.
a sample.
I was about to write that down.
I gotta go to whosample.com.
Kanye's on it right now.
Yeah,
If you want it.
you can get
They're
it.
almost talking about it like they're speaking to me.
Yeah,
Like if you want to sample it, you
you
can
can
have
get it.
I
Yeah.
used the sample
You can go on-
first. Nobody else did. I used the sample first. I'm the greatest.
Is that Kanye?
It's Kanye.
If you want it, you can get it on SoulSeek.
Soulseek.qt. My little cute.
I think these guys were ahead of their time.
Ooh.
Freaking like
Ooh.
band name
Ooh.
Nice,
and the album cover.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
You just got some girl
Is that a
pregnant.
boombox?
Yo, I'm pregnant. I feel like after that.
You heard it here, folks. Andrew's pregnant.
This is the first male to ever get pregnant.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger had me beat, man. I don't know what he was on.
That's right.
Junior?
Junior. I just think of Junior as the restaurant.
As a little kid, that movie terrified me.
Really?
I was like, what the fuck's going on?
It could happen to me. Alright, a little plug promo. Just like last time we got vodka.by. There you go.
There's the money.
Send us the check.
We don't get paid by them, we just get drunk.
We get drunk by them.
Yeah.
Which is its own reward.
Yeah, it's a
Think about
reward
it.
in itself. Brought to you by LaCroix.
But anyways, I think we were talking about Tony Hawk a little bit. They had put out
That was like 3 tangents ago, man.
they had put out a remake a while ago,
They did.
but it didn't sell very well at all.
Remake of
Yeah.
what?
They
For
had
Tony
remade
Hawk.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Didn't
Which
do
one?
well. I don't remember what it was on. It was which console it was on. I remember it just being maybe on a console, or it wasn't even like a full-fledged game.
It was a
Right.
mobile game.
It was just like an add-on or something.
Something like that. And it didn't have the original music, and everybody just kind of like shat on it. But this
Yeah.
one, everyone's giving it full praise because it's got like the original stages, original music. But I think it's pretty funny because I saw that they're making all the skaters look like up to date age-wise.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so they all just look old as
Hell, all the shit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you see that video of Tony Hawk doing like a fucking 720 at, how old is he now?
Oh, really?
It's pretty funny.
50 something.
Yeah.
But didn't this like young kid who's like 12 do like something even more? Do like a
I
10,
have no idea.
1080 or something like
I
that?
think
I don't know
there's
if it was a
some people that
720
did
either,
it.
but
They did a
it was
video
something like
about that where it's like the different levels and like the people that have achieved them. So it's like 180 is like easy, 360 is easy, then you get to like 720 territory. Only a few people have done it. 900, I think only like 3 or 4 maybe,
Oh, shit.
including Tony Hawk. But he was the first one, you know. And then 1080, I think it was only 1 or 2 guys. And they're like crazy. You have to go down like huge like ramp, you know. Get down on that.
All right, boys, here we
We're
go.
in it.
We're in the album.
Intro. Instrumental.
Prehistoricisms. I love this intro.
It's nice.
Sets the tone. It's not, you know, some intros take too long to get to it. This is nice, like a minute
You get
20.
the gig.
Yeah, you get the idea.
First 2 songs especially sets those 2 up.
Oh, sure.
Definitely.
Definitely.
You got it. Definitely is the word of the night.
For show.
Yeah. If you want to drink along at home, drink every time somebody says definitely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely sounds like a good time.
So how far in the album did you get, Carl?
I'm gonna be
Like,
honest,
right
like
here.
4 songs in. But to be fair, I was like a last minute pick. You know, it's
It
like,
was.
you know, you think like Golden State Warriors, like Kevin Durant, like
There
you
you
know,
go.
sprained his ankle, and then
I
you know,
was
they're just
waiting
like,
for you to
well,
go
we
back,
need someone,
man.
and they're just like, all right, let's just get Carl, dude. It's like, all right, cool. So,
So I actually I didn't hear these guys from like listening to their music first. This was like my first summer at UCF 2011. I was seeing Animals as Leaders at Back Booth, and these guys played that show, and they actually like stole the show for me. I feel like
Nice.
because they were playing a lot of stuff from this album. I'm pretty sure, and just like the polyrhythms and all that sort of stuff definitely made me a fan. So I got into the album afterwards.
Nice. You originally went to see Animals as Leaders.
Yes.
Great band. I think you showed me them back in like 2010. Pretty good, solid band.
Definitely.
I was gonna say I was doing some reading, and the one criticism I have of the album is the mix. You know,
Yeah.
everything's recorded nice and clean, but it's not very dynamic. You know, and this one guy online said, "I saw them live first, and that's why I'm a fan." He's like, "I love the album, but if you can do yourself a favor, go see them live."
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
It was a great show because it's like the guitarists are on the side and the bass is just like front and center, fretless, just like going ham.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's a
fretless
pretty
because
cool
he shows that
dynamic.
off in one of the later songs too, the fretless.
Yeah,
Right there.
like this.
That's
there
nice.
it goes, dude.
That's nice.
let's transition.
It's the first
First of
of
many.
many.
Yeah.
fretless.
Personally, I love
It's
just
like the
like
rest of the album.
just like dropping into like a little bass interlude or
Sure,
something.
absolutely.
You know?
The bass is so pronounced throughout the whole album.
Yeah.
But not
Especially
overly
when you
done.
have like a talented bass player, just throw him in there a couple times. You know. Like,
For sure.
Yeah, but the mix is definitely like the drums. I think specifically are like very low.
They're just
kind of
flat.
dry.
They're
Like
flat.
yeah, not very
Dynamic.
full almost.
Well,
But even still, like
I think they're very
it's-
natural.
I think it
sounding.
works.
I think the drums were recorded very raw and natural, almost the way Steve Albini would at Electrical Audio, without any like frills. But
Yeah.
This is music.
yeah,
There you go.
This is
Raw
your
and
standard
unfiltered.
definition of music. You can't say it's not
Yeah,
music.
tell me this isn't music right now.
In this case, faster is not better.
do we know where this was recorded?
No, I didn't check.
Mm-mm. They're from California. I'm
But-
not sure. You know,
There it is on the screen. Future David edited it in.
that way.
Hell yeah. I said this earlier, and I was like, we're not on the podcast yet, but there's certain parts where it sounds so discordant.
Right.
It's like Primus sounding.
Yes, these dissonant riffs. I love these dissonant riffs.
Mm-hmm.
This part, like that part,
Mhm.
when it comes back later and it's more melodic and jazzy, like that's my favorite part of this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
really,
that,
it's really good.
The intro too. I mean,
You like this song? Is it in your top 3, Andrew?
Oh.
top 3
Yeah.
Yes.
of like the 4 songs on
Top
this
3
album.
4 songs? There's 8
No, I
songs.
know there's 8. No,
That's fine.
no, because
Is this
like I
in
said,
anyone's top 3?
I think so. I think it's in my top 3.
It was almost in my top 3. I really
it's
enjoy
like
this
top
song.
4 or 5. For
It's
sure.
a solid like opening track
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
It does the job.
Absolutely.
I wanted to talk about that because my feelings on it were that I love this song, but do I love it because it's right at the beginning? You know what I'm saying?
It's fresh.
It adds
Right.
You're
more
not
to
fatigued.
it that
Yeah.
way. And the fact that they don't rehash this specific sound
No.
ever, like the kind of stoner like doom
Mm-hmm.
part, where they're just open riffing,
Mhm.
you know. So it's,
That's true. They
it's
don't
pretty
really do
unique.
that. Yeah. There's very few times that they go back to the same idea, you know? Like there's some stuff in there, like we'll get to it later, but there's like a drum solo, and then, you know, Reptilian Brain is its own thing, but... Here's what you're talking about. It comes
Yeah.
back now, but it's very melodic, like you said.
Remember this?
And like the
This-
odd meter.
This part reminds me of Porcupine Tree.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
this is
Just
gorgeous.
that part for a second, but
All right,
reminds me of Porcupine Tree.
I can see it. I like how the guitars are very like separated,
Mhm.
like they're panned completely like left and right, so you really
Yeah.
get
Kind of like that live situation that was
right.
mentioned
Yeah,
Right,
it's like
right,
the
right.
visual representation of their sound.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's kind of how they
It's
operate.
binaural. Yeah. So you can feel like you're there. So is this where you stop, Carl?
No. I have one
The
more.
first song, it's like a minute and a half. It's like, yeah, that was one of the songs I listened to.
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
It's fine.
It's heavy shit.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest, like,
whatever.
the next song coming up was my favorite. So.
Oh yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah. out of the
What is it?
Cavernous Den of Shame.
Den of Shame. Yeah. A lot of the songs on here remind me of that show I was telling you guys about. Primal.
Mm.
It's Gendy Tartakovsky.
Oh,
We
yeah.
watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, that show's awesome.
It's badass.
It's a TV show.
Yeah, it's animated, but it's like adult animation. He did Dexter's Lab and all that. But he
Samurai
did-
Jack. Is it
Yeah.
in the vein of Samurai Jack, or?
It's like Samurai Jack on, I don't know, on a 10, on 100, you know? Because there's no words or anything, so it's even less dialogue than Samurai
That's
Jack.
incredible.
But somehow, it's like a really captivating story. It's awesome.
That was always my biggest critique of Samurai Jack. I felt like they talk too much. Just get to the
the
When
point.
are you
only
going to
thing.
stop talking,
Yeah.
Samurai Jack?
It's way too much exposition in that show.
Mhm.
Samurai
The
Yak,
entire
Yak,
show.
Yak.
It's like a Star Trek episode. Like I don't get it. It's, explain everything.
Star Trek episodes. Or Star Trek. I never even
How
watched
many
Star
drinks
Trek.
you sipping
I never
on,
got
bro?
into
Don't you ever fucking say that to me.
Listen,
Good.
I wasn't gonna say anything bad. Well, we're in a Cavernous Den of Shame now. This was gonna be one of my top 3, but then I remembered
Something bumped it out.
something bumped it out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel like this album is like backloaded. Like,
I agree.
all of,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Which is what
all
my
of the
friend
best
said.
songs
Yeah.
are.
On the
Your
second
friend
half.
said the exact opposite.
Yes.
though.
Yeah.
And
Your
I
friend
completely
said that he
disagree.
hated the second half of the album.
Yeah, it was like the first half was great.
which
second half
completely
was
invalidates his
garbage. I was
opinion,
like,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andrew, what did your friend say?
Okay, well, I asked him because he said he didn't
Let's
like
not give it too much
a
time.
couple of songs.
It's not that important.
Yeah,
What I did ask was,
We'll give a minute.
the podcast is
A
happening.
little
Which
footnote.
songs did you not like? And he responded, basically the second half of the album.
Damn.
And I was like, what?
So he's more of like a straightforward,
He's
like,
not. That's why I was surprised.
generic.
I was like, really?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
not
hate
not
him.
that the first half is
Yeah.
generic, but
I'm
like
just kidding.
it's
he said,
more
fuck
of
all
a.
you guys too. Yeah. I don't know. I was surprised when he said that.
We'll send him a
Yeah,
link.
exactly.
So
That
you can
completely
Yeah.
seems wrong.
Absolutely.
watch. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is a shout out to
Fuck you, Kyle Dobson.
Nah, you're alright, Kyle. Ah, damn. Do him like that. I love
Don't worry,
this.
he'll guest star next week and talk shit.
Sure.
Is there anything that you guys like pictured in your head when you were listening to like the first two songs? Or
Like
anything,
visually
or when
speaking,
you're
like a sort of
listening
visualization.
to the lyrics or anything?
Yeah,
I couldn't make out any of the lyrics. I hate to be that guy, but
they're actually pretty.
If you don't look them up, then yeah, I understand.
I
yeah.
didn't. Yeah.
And they didn't actually like provide any lyrics in like the liner notes or anything. So I don't think it's like
You want to bring that?
something that's like super important to them as a band.
My favorite set of lyrics right here is "The hunt was better than the kill." A lot of the themes on the album just seem like primitive.
Yeah. Reptilian Brain.
Reptilian Brain,
Yeah.
Australopithecus,
Mhm.
Primordial Soup. You know, it's all.
Well, that's obvious, right?
sure.
I was thinking this this guitar playing sounds very like
never
early
saw
like
the back.
2000s metalcore. The way it would like the way it gets really heavy and then it just has those like softer parts, you know, and then it just alternates between the two. The vocals are still heavy. So,
Yeah, I enjoy the tone that the
They're
guitarists
Yeah.
have when they're doing the kind of like spaced out, jazzy kind of stuff.
There you go. Just no. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
It's gonna
in the
cover Andrew.
No, no, hold on. Just a little higher. Just kidding.
Go ahead.
Just trying to cover Andrew completely.
Well,
Wait,
this
wait,
was
hold on a
fun.
second.
Yeah,
I was
like,
like,
hold on, put it a little higher.
Let me fix it.
There you go. Little neck rest. Bring that with you to the airport. Get on the airplane like that.
Yeah, so I mean, we can mention the drumming. Like
Oh yeah.
drumming at this part's pretty cool.
Got
Like weird
animal heads.
syncopation. Danny Walker is the drummer.
Yes.
It's a very interesting style. Like, in my opinion, I don't think that there's a lot of drummers that sound like him.
But the bassist was it Joe Lester?
Yes.
Yeah. They deserve each other. They complement each other really well.
Mm-hmm.
When I was researching it, I found out that Dave Timnick, the
Yeah.
guitarist, this was like him joining the band,
Right.
and I guess he was credited to their like evolution towards a jazzier sound on this thing. I haven't heard another album by them, but
Yeah,
There's jazz
something I
all over this
definitely
thing.
want to mention is like I haven't really gotten into like another album by them. Like, nice. The album after this, Valley of Smoke, is like kind of
Just leave it on.
similar.
It's fine.
Like none of their albums hit this exact sound. Like none of them have this kind of sound to them. Like
That can
this
be a
is
good
very
thing, though.
unique.
Yeah.
Top
For
three.
them. Top three. All right, we breached the top three.
Breach
That's
the
right,
top
baby.
three.
Tell
Title
me,
track, come
tell
on.
me about this.
Listen to that.
Right?
psychedelic.
Yeah,
It's,
Psychedelic opening. Awesome psychedelic opening.
When I listen to this opening part with like headphones on and stuff, like it kind of gives me goosebumps or like
Frisian.
it kind of like
Reminds me of Swans.
of what?
It's like a
Swans.
Swans?
Yeah. Swans.
Okay.
Super
It's kind of
heavy,
like a post,
distortion
uh,
and stuff.
yeah.
Just like
Like a
the
band,
sound.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Swans.
the band Swans.
Okay.
Michael Gira.
Like not an actual swan.
No,
This
no.
reminds me of the animal. Swan.
I was like, okay, I could see
Like
it, I
that
guess.
kind of,
Like,
I guess. You don't want to say no. You're like, yeah, dude, sure.
It's like a
Swan.
wizard pterodactyl, you know?
Yeah, like a wizard. Yeah, like a
It's
pterodactyl.
casting a
Yeah.
spell. you
and when the
know.
bass comes in, it's kind of like
Yes.
it's a very prehistoric groove, right?
Yeah.
Like I
It's
don't
like a
know how else to
mixture
describe
of like a mixture of Swans and Shellac.
Mm.
Shellac.
Shellac. The other
Yeah.
band Shellac.
It's another animal.
Is that similar to fracking?
Yeah. No, it's kind of like a post rock, math rock band.
Which
Okay.
makes sense. This is post metal, you know.
Yeah. It's very like it's got like the no wave influences as well. I think so. Yeah.
I was gonna say the offbeat rhythm there, like you said, it's very it's almost like krautrocky, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. So you couldn't really call it krautrock or even noise rock. It just kind of goes to the next thing.
Yeah.
Changes up a lot. But I don't know. The rhythm is so demanding. You think you're gonna be here for a while. but then it just changes up.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man. Like, this is when I started to like the album. Like, right here. I was
Your
like-
friend was talking to
Yeah.
Kyle. Kyle
Kyle.
influenced you a little
We
bit.
need his last name. Can you give me his last
His
name?
name is Dobson. We call him Dumby. So, yeah.
Dumby?
Dumby.
Domby?
Gumby's retarded. Bro.
Don't be.
Dumby's a dumb bitch.
No hate.
He's heard worse.
Instead of like just being green, he's like sand colored.
He had scoliosis
dropped
in high
in the
school.
sand.
You can make fun of him for that.
Yeah, I'm sure do that. Give him a hard time. Be like, your spine's all fucked up.
Well, he had it. Not anymore. He's erect.
Oh, he got it fixed. Nice.
He's erect now.
Cool, man. Praises to modern science, medicine.
It's next to Anyport.
Yes.
Funny,
Like
like
my-
you guys were talking about like the new guitars being like more jazz influenced. Kind of reminds me of like when Black Dahlia Murder got their new guitarist for their from their third album up till their sixth. Was like they got Ryan Knight, and it just completely changed the whole sound for the past guitarist. I don't remember. I can't pronounce his last name, but it was his name was Brian, and he was like all like harmonic minor and stuff. So it just sounded like really just like classical, like really typical like death metal stuff. And then when they switched it up with Ryan Knight, it just was a completely different sound. You
Just
know?
put that in your mouth.
Yeah. I was listening to the album before this one. I think it's called Void,
Yeah.
and it's definitely like, it's good, but I don't appreciate it as
So
much
different,
as
you know?
yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
And Dave Timnick is in your left ear, I believe, and then Sasha is in your right.
It's ASMR.
That's
Dave
pretty
Timnick
cool.
in your
actually.
left
But it's like cool because
Yeah,
it's
I
like
didn't know that.
it's like night and day, you know, with
Yeah.
the band when they like make huge changes like that when the styles are so different and they're given that creative like process to be able to switch things up. And then it's like obviously the vocalists. Well, if the vocalists are the same, it's obviously the same vocals and everything, but just a completely different sound. You're just like it's like a good thing or a bad thing, but in most cases it's usually like a good thing. They usually like they upgrade, you know, in a sense.
And something interesting is this album obviously has like harsh vocals and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But the albums after this,
Yeah, soft, right?
Like they
regulars.
moved to soft. So I kind of feel like they started sounding like Mastodon a little bit too much, and they kind of lost like this uniqueness that they have on this album.
Right now,
like,
yeah.
This album is so unique, and I really appreciated it when I was like coming off of an acid trip.
Oh, yeah.
We were tripping on the Ave.
Oh
One
my
night-
God. Is that when you guys went and saw like Tron Legacy?
Don't fucking remember, maybe. I don't know. I don't
better-
think, I don't
you know
think
better
were
than
there,
he
though.
does.
I just remember meeting up with everybody after one time. They were all in Delray, and
This
everyone
is
saw
my favorite part of the song, by the way.
and everyone just coming back from Delray. Everyone just saw Tron Legacy. They're all high, and we met on the beach.
That might have been it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I was like driving back from that, like coming down,
Yeah.
or like pretty much down already.
Mhm.
But like this album definitely like resonated with me
Did you,
so much that like when I got home, like the album wasn't over. Like the Reptilian Brain had started. I was like,
You just sat
"Oh,
in the
shit,
car?"
Like this is like important. Like yeah, and I just sat in the car.
It was a game
and, like,
changer.
Yeah, like it was really cool. So that's what really made this album.
Did you start
like,
tripping
special for
because
me.
you watched Tron Legacy? And you were
That's
just
not
like-
confirmed yet.
He
It's
can
not
neither
confirmed part of
confirm
the story.
You were
nor
like,
deny that
you're like,
happened.
damn.
That happened at one point.
It's like,
That
damn,
might
dude,
not
I'm
have
watching
been
Tron
that.
Legacy right now. I don't know if I can do this, you know? Peace. Peace, man. It's like, man, I need some help right now.
But no, yeah, you were saying the what you think of when you hear the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think of like Mesozoic, prehistoric times, obviously, but specifically like maybe what would it be like to. It's almost like that show again. I bring up the show Primal, but it's like if cavemen existed along like the dinosaurs or something like that. Something
Right.
crazy and metal, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe he's just like trying to survive, like fighting these dinosaurs out there, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe
Like
he
with-
fails.
Super
any
chaotic,
port?
you know, like
Yeah.
the beginning of the song, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
With any port, I feel like it's about them coming upon some like massive like carcass or something,
Speaking of any porn.
and they're like getting meat from it, right? But
Top
they're
three.
like,
Top
oh
three, right
yeah,
here,
this is
huh?
my
Okay.
number one, homie.
Top
This
three?
is my favorite song, and it was not number one before.
No, this.
Like I re-listened to this.
Number two
Yeah.
for me.
Any port is
Drums
fucking
are coming
sick,
in
dude.
hard though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That's a tribal nature
That's-
right there.
Come on, any port.
Any port.
Any?
Whichever one you want.
This is that like caveman, like, you know, getting ready to fucking, like, you know.
This is that caveman.
He's just getting
This is that
yeah,
ooga booga
pulls
shit.
blood.
Pulling his primordial pud.
No, more like primal. It's like he's out for blood, you know. It's like he's gonna like avenge
it's
his family,
personal.
you know. It's like
Yeah,
personal now, you know.
That's the name of the B-side. It's pulling your primordial pud. There you go.
Nice.
I was gonna say shout out to Mike Helm, our boy from Happy On. Yeah, definitely sounds like him.
Shout out to Pud Pullers, man. Pudpullers.com.
They're not. There's no relation, Mike. Don't worry.
No,
So what, the album
Mike
or
does not work at
pudpullers.com?
pudpullers.com.
No, you still got to go through the screening process.
Yeah, exactly. We have an extensive background check.
Extensive.
Very thorough.
Yeah. Your wiener must be this big.
That's the way the doctor put it.
Yeah. It's real food.
I love the melody in your left ear.
Mm.
That melody is so sick.
Fuck yeah. I just put on my headphone over my right ear.
Swimming in dead
Do they
skin.
have a second guitarist too?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's the what's it called?
Sasha?
Yes.
Dunnable?
Sasha
I was gonna
Dunnable
say, yeah.
and Dave Timnick.
I could hear one of them playing like the just chords, you know, let them ring out,
Yep.
and you have the melody on top.
Sasha's singing and playing guitar.
Nice.
Right. And so does Dave.
Really?
Yeah.
When I looked it up, he wasn't credited, but that's probably wrong.
Maybe he helps out live
Mm.
would be the thing. But I know on like Valley of Smoke, the next albums and stuff, he's definitely doing dual vocals.
I feel like it's got some Iron Man vibes.
So this is my number 2
Nice.
for out of my top 3.
That's your number 2, right? What did you say? You just said top
it's
3?
Between
2 and 3 for
between
you?
this and the last song. It's
For
2
number
and
1?
3. 2 and 3.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, that's some classic post metal shit right there. It's good.
Are you guys prepared to like clap along to the drum solo at the end? I'm not sure. Did you guys? Did anyone like get?
I was hoping
kind of
someone
the,
would bring it up.
Like the
I'll clap my thumb with
duet
my leg.
that was happening with the drum
duet.
solo at the end.
Like between what the
The two.
There's a rhythm that's happening,
And then
he's
also
basically
the-
playing against it.
Yeah,
right.
I noticed
So basically, we'll keep the tempo.
Okay.
Yeah. Try your best.
Shit.
We'll bang
Try
on
your
the,
best.
We'll bang on the
It's hard.
microphones. We're
Yeah,
supposed
just,
to do
just
that,
bang
right?
the table as hard as you can, and it'll make it. Oh, I love that. It'll make it better in the editing process. Thank you.
This might be one of my favorite like spaced out jazz sections from them.
Yeah.
Once it goes into the next like bass riff.
Andrew. Yeah. This
yeah.
is response.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Andrew
it.
likes this song.
I
know,
love
I
this
know.
song. I'm not even. I like this part of like the later half of it too. Like,
Yeah.
It's just. Yo, can you fucking stop?
Hey! Oh! Oh!
You wanna?
Oh, wait. Let's move the. This is Australopithecus right here.
I'm a good Christian boy. No one's gonna see my shit.
Dude, you need to be listening to this.
Nothing is happening. Nothing illegal or bad is happening
We're
off
good
camera.
boys.
It's just smoke.
I'm gonna put this
Just,
right here.
just keep it.
It's good.
You know?
Yo,
Just keep it on me. Hey, you hear that bass?
Stay responsible,
Oh, man.
socially distance, all that shit.
My God. Does anybody need another one?
Yes.
Wow. Shot up in.
Let's dual
Duolingo.
Duolingo this.
Tell me one.
That's good.
Smooth. Oh! Gentleman Jack.
Who wants this? You?
Uh-oh.
Grazie.
Don't worry. I'll just put,
all right, here we go.
I'll just put factoids over
Yeah,
there.
just like giant
Back with,
dildos.
guys.
Oh, this already?
Zoom into me.
All right.
was trying to go up there.
Gonna kill you. Oh my fucking god.
It's like when a pilot lands a plane.
Because there's some evil brewing inside this boy.
Lord and Lord.
It's okay, it's okay.
Oh, Lord.
Bye bye.
It's a lot better to wear your headphones like this, by the way. I don't know. I don't know if you guys
Just
know
realized
that.
you fucker.
Is that right? Is that how you city fellers
Yeah.
go about it?
I wanted to try that.
I don't know, I'm a little simple. You know?
I'm Simple Jack.
You never go full retard.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You guys need to chill.
I can
Oh.
I can
What?
feel your pet peeving.
What the fuck happened?
It just happened. Whatever just happened. Just happened.
It stopped playing on the
Did it?
desktop. Yeah,
Is
it's
it
not,
because-
cap-
Oh, is it like?
It's
Are
not
you still
capturing.
watching?
it's not capturing any audio.
Is it because
No, you see
the thing
the
came
browser.
up?
It's the browser. Is it like? Are you still watching?
What did it say over there?
Upgrade to Mac OS.
What the fuck?
Perfect.
Nice. Alec, you look like you wanted to kill them. Just slap it into the mic.
That's cool. Yeah, that is actually really cool.
The drummer do his thing.
Off camera, we've got a friend just looking over, like, what the hell is happening?
Oh, it's transcending, dude.
No, we're not on Reptilian Brain yet.
Oh, man.
Alec is in
It
transcending.
gets so
anything.
hard.
We still got clothes on.
It gets so hard to like play along to it, but also listen to it. Yeah, it's pretty cool though what they did. Like, because when they play that live, they're like, "All right, crowd, like clap along."
Oh, really?
And the drummer's just like playing all around it. Like, it's pretty sad.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
It's usually the other way around, but I can see them being really cool live. Or at least I can imagine them being really cool live.
Okay, Sundial. Look at that.
So Anyport was my number one for sure.
I wrote, I forgot to say it, but around 425, that's like my favorite riff, I think, of the whole album. But it's not my favorite song.
425.
It's like the second favorite song. Awesome guitar riff.
Is that when it comes back in?
I think
For the
so.
main riff?
I think so.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
was, yeah.
That's yeah.
This song is really cool too. This was going to be in my top 3. This was like, when I first heard it the first time, this song stuck out to me like as something. I don't know why. It might be like the ending part, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's just like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's very minimal. For some reason that stuck out to me.
I like the ending
Still
part
good.
where they're kind of like, it's almost like you're like walking through a forest. You're like,
Right.
you're like,
Unsure.
where the fuck am I? And
Yeah.
like you're looking up, and like every now and then like rays of light are like shining through, and they're like,
Mhm.
and they're like, dun, they're like going back to it. It's like, dun.
Which-
They do that a couple times where they'll just come out with a melodic chord
Which
randomly.
insurance company had like the 2 cavemen?
Geico, dude.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
So
yeah.
what are you thinking of the Geico cavemen walking around looking
yeah,
for
when
like
they're
a car?
in the jungle. They're just like, oh man, let me call my insurance company so they can
I-
come pick me up.
I hit a rock with my car.
It's like I went in the jungle looking for bananas.
Yeah.
I hit a rock with my
I
cock.
hit a rook. I hit my core with a rook. Or I think of also like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the one caveman who comes back and he finds the cube.
Oh yeah.
He's
Dude,
like,
this part is
"Ooh,
so
mad."
This part is so jazzy.
It is, yeah.
Love this
I
part.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when they break into these like jazz beats.
Mhm.
Like, it's just
It kind of influenced my number 1 pick. I was listening it to like the 7th time again today, and I finally decided Australopithecus. Another one,
okay.
dude.
So you
Love
got
it.
the
It's number
brain
1.
for it, huh?
That's number 1.
Yeah,
Australopithecus.
number 1.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what like got me into them for
Fuck.
sure.
Yeah.
I feel like this whole album's like super chaotic.
Fuck.
What?
3? Reptilian Brain?
Yeah, but fuck.
What? What's up?
Sundial.
Sundial? Any port?
No, fuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That doesn't count as its own song.
oh, that's funny.
No, I know.
I thought,
But
I
fuck.
thought, you know, you were just fed up.
Fuck.
But fuck.
This whole
Let me tell you about fuck. Let me tell you about fuck.
It fucks, huh?
This whole album's like super chaotic and like.
Did you not know that?
Yeah. It says sleep, eat, shit, fight, fuck.
Yeah, man.
Those
that's
are
literally
Reptilian
that's
Brain.
like literally
It's
Reptilian
like,
Brain.
yeah, they break
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
You know,
Fuck
it's
though.
me like you know.
It's also kind of like an Irish brain, too.
Yeah, literally. You know the
All dinosaurs were Irish. I don't know if you like that was determined. The Jurassic period happened in Ireland.
I'm
Exclusively.
sure Helmy appreciated
I'm
that.
I'm just thinking of a funny story, but for another
Put your
time.
head down here. Lower.
Alright, just stay there.
There you go. Oh man.
Another story for another time.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Just
yes.
fight music.
It's
on
grooving
it.
pretty hard.
Just fight music.
Fight music, man.
So Carl,
It's got it. It's got you.
my man Carl over here, aka Tiger Man, aka Papi Chulo, he's gonna be doing some professional MMA sometime in the near future.
Yeah.
What is your ring song? What are you coming into the ring with? It's got to be a song off this album.
Off this album.
This album, because we know you heard it
Easy.
the whole thing.
Yeah, I heard the whole thing.
From what you've heard so far,
Cut the album in half, and then there's like 3 songs.
I'll give you this. You can even cut up. You can even cut up Reptilian Brain into 5 parts.
He hasn't heard it.
He hasn't heard
Well,
it.
you know what? I'm giving you it.
I'm gonna go with shit. Just because shit, man.
That's
Yeah.
actually.
Shit is
If
good.
That's like a really good
If
part.
I know like which part of the song that is, that's
Yeah.
where they break it down.
It's
for
the
first
third.
time.
The third part's whenever it gets real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Gets-
the third
gets
part
real.
of that song is when it gets really real.
And it's really funny to think about like just someone having like a massive shit at that part. Like it almost like ruined that part for me. I was like, wait, I don't want to think about this.
Heightened.
Like
It's like heightened.
some like caveman, like some like ape, just like having a massive shit.
You gotta. That's where the imagination steps in. Maybe he's like looking for a safe place to shit and he can't find anywhere. He's going to
Yeah,
shit and he's like
and
in
it's
a
like
he's-
doom.
He's like in a nest and he's like, oh, and he's like, gotta
I
get
have,
out there.
I have a feeling being a caveman, you probably just don't have a proper diet. You're probably just shitting like straight diarrhea all the time.
Are you just like walking and dropping stool like?
Yeah, it's like a bird.
You're not even
He's like
stopping,
a
you're just
fucking
walking.
bird.
You're
Off
walking and
that
shitting at the same time, you know?
And playing bass at the same time.
You're just like,
He's walking, he's playing bass.
Brown notes. He's
He
got
doesn't-
brown notes. It's just
The
like-
shit isn't really consistent because his cheeks are still like moving. He's
Yeah.
walking, and it's just like.
it's like grinding it.
It's like that rhino. You ever seen the rhino where it just like wags its tail and like?
Isn't that
fucking shits
hippopotamus,
Oh,
right?
hippo. Yeah,
Yeah.
the hippo.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's like a hippo. That's what I've been saying.
You're just a caveman just dropping pellets everywhere, you know?
So this is a good song.
Yes.
Okay, I did it this time. Like I kind of tuned out during Sundial for whatever reason. I think it's a long
That's-
song.
what the fuck?
and I don't know. Like,
This part is fucking good though.
Yeah, I feel you. I definitely.
This is the lull in the album.
a
if I
couple
had to choose
times,
one.
like I found myself like, oh, I wasn't.
I'm not saying
concentrating.
it's bad. I like the song.
This
but for whatever
song
reason,
right here reminds me of Zelda the Water Temple.
in terms of like
What?
Game?
No,
What?
not the Water Temple. Majora's Mask, the second one, the mountain. When you're walking in and
those are
it's...
different dungeons, dog.
I know there's second dungeons, but it's like when you walk in and you see those icicle wizards. And
This
you
is
walk
what you
in and
heard?
it goes...
Okay, I get it.
Walk in.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You're right. I understand.
I feel like this song is definitely the most polarizing for me though, because like on separate listen-throughs, I'd be like, oh, this song is fucking like amazing. Like
Sure.
I like underrate this song, and other times it'd be like bored. And,
No,
like,
I never
you know.
thought it was a bad song. I just for whatever reason like I kind of tune out. Every time I listen to the album, like I forget I'm listening to the album when this song comes on.
Right,
It's
'cause
actually
it's like-
it is deceptive. It's actually a
Yeah.
lot more complex.
It's
than we
super
think.
chill
Sure,
compared
yes.
to the rest of the album.
know what it
It's
is?
super
Yeah.
chaotic.
This is the jam song.
Yes. No, that's,
That's
what
what
it
it
is. And because like it's like 2-3 songs,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, this is still the same song. Like,
It's like a live experience if they were just
they just
jamming,
keep-
but it's structured.
absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
This is like the song you'd make love to your computer with, you know?
Okay, Carl.
What do I know?
Okay, computer, Carl.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, Carl.
like physically.
Yeah, physically it's...
Just
Yeah.
like,
I don't know, it just got some like, you know, sexy time vibes, dude, you know?
like that's awesome. I get it. Man.
It's analog, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Anal.
All right.
Oh,
Here it is.
Reptilian Brain.
Australopithecus.
Australopithecus.
Oh, I don't know anything.
This
Here
would
we go.
be, this would be
You got it
my
right.
intro
You
song.
came in
so confident. I love
And you're like,
This would be
here's
my
the list.
MMA intro song,
Australopithecus.
right?
Alright, I was one off, dude.
Andrew,
What?
that MMA intro song.
This is the MMA intro song right here. Australia.
This would be a good one.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah,
MMA
dude.
intro song.
Right here.
Playing
It's
to get
like-
your ass kicked.
Oh shit! It's just to get your ass.
Yeah, it's like-
This is. There's a lot of posturing.
If you
going
come
on.
super confident, like I'm coming in, and you just get your ass rocked. You get KO'd within 5 seconds.
So what was it about this song?
I don't know. This song's like
That you
very
guys
like
like?
deceiving.
What the fuck? Oh, you're gonna do that? Can we do that?
You could actually.
Let's try it.
Comfy
Don't
man.
hurt anything.
Wait, hang on.
That's up to
Don't hurt
your
anything.
coordination.
Yeah.
That's up to your coordination.
I'm gonna have to. This is gonna be upside
That's
down.
a
Video's
Hungry
gonna be
Man
For a
vibe.
second.
That's a Hungry
Yeah,
Man
sure.
vibe right there.
All right.
Just don't break anything.
No, I won't break. This is like okay.
I meant Alex thing.
Okay.
Jesus,
I know that. So you want like that?
Okay, now twirl the chandelier.
No.
No way.
I'm kidding.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways,
Ooh, this is nice.
Anyway, this song rules. This is my favorite song on the album.
I really like these leads during this like verse.
Yeah.
This is also a very unique song for them. Yeah.
That's an awesome.
The song's only like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I
surprising.
like that.
We were talking about that earlier. That there's that 3 songs in a row. That's like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, and then we're back to like 4 minutes.
This is the only song that's under 5 minutes. That's not Primordial Soup, I'm pretty sure.
Cavernous Den of Shame is 4 minutes and 13 seconds.
Okay.
So it's just these 2 songs that are
I
flat.
think
long
yeah, and
was-
then after this
yeah.
is just
How
nothing
long
but
was
the
And then you've got
It's the
Reptilian,
long-
which is
yeah.
16 minutes.
How long was the last song?
How long was the
Last song was like 7
Um,
minutes.
It was long, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sundial's
7
pretty long.
minutes and
Sundial-
33 seconds.
Like Sundial could be like 3 songs.
It
It
could
really
be 2
could.
songs.
Yeah, like
I think they could split it, but
Ooh.
All right, let's
Gritty.
bring that down.
Sounds gritty.
yeah, it's not.
Jackie.
I like how the lyrics are kind of about like starting to like think. You know.
Yeah, kind of having sort of intelligent thought for the first
Brain,
time.
Right.
You're starting to like have a brain. You know? So
Australopithecus picks up the bong for the first time.
Sounds like Elon Musk's son's like best friend.
Australopithecus is Kyle XY's best friend. Why hasn't anyone made that joke? That Elon Musk's son is called a Kyle XY.
Is it really?
That was a show, wasn't it? Disney Channel?
Yeah, he like had no belly button.
that was yes, he's a clone.
Yeah, he had no belly button. That was like
so
the whole
fucking
thing.
stupid.
He looked
Yeah.
Canadian.
He's like, who am I? Where am I from? I have no belly button. It's like,
oh, where was I
that
born?
the whole show.
He's like, what is this? Is this candy? Oh, dude,
Wasn't that also the
cool.
premise of like John Doe or some fucking shit?
Something like that. Carl, there was no point in the show where he ate candy and went, what? Is this candy?
They're just like feeding him junk, you know, and he's just like, what is this? What do I do with it? It's like,
Wow, this part is badass.
I love Sasha's part during that.
Do you know if it's specific to one ear, like you were saying, the whole album, or is it song to song? That'd be cool if it's
Yeah,
like.
he's always on the right.
He's always
it's
on the right.
right, left, yeah.
So if you're listening, the right ear, Sasha. Left ear, what's his name? Dave Timnick. Oh yeah. This would be the
Good-
part.
yeah,
This
good
would be the part that
description
you
on
come
that
out to MMA. And in this corner, from Deerfield Beach, Florida, because you can't say Boca. Carl, Tiger Man, Hank Hammer.
And then I get knocked out 5 seconds into the fight.
Yeah, this breakdown's definitely like the heaviest
yeah.
one on the album. It's pretty nasty, the polyrhythm that they do with it.
And what they're doing with that bass too
Oh, for sure.
sounds really gnarly.
And the tone changes when it comes into this section. It gets even more like,
Yeah, it
like
does.
dirty,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh my god.
Bass boy.
How long is this?
I just read a
16
series
minutes.
synopsis
Huh?
for Kyle XY.
16 minutes.
You were on that, huh?
It's a very bad
Performance
show.
I bet. That's why they didn't really
Yeah,
follow,
those 5
they didn't
parts,
follow
yeah.
through with it.
Ooh,
Is it?
man.
Cool.
It's 5 parts.
We need this on Andrew because he's like not even in frame over there.
No,
Yeah.
no,
What is that, like,
we've been sorting it through. We've been doing
All right,
it.
guys.
Sounds like
Are you ready? Ready?
All right,
You gotta hit the booth on this one.
you guys strap in.
Papa preach.
Are you hitting it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he doesn't do that.
Excuse me.
It's real food.
Is it where we place the
Who's
the
it? Sounds like a
factoid?
sitar
I think.
I'm gonna take
or
a
something
2
else.
second
Like one of those
tribute.
those huge like Australian flutes or something. Not the flute.
The thing in the background.
Yeah.
So I think it's called a tempura.
Yes.
I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked it up.
Very nice.
Yes, Middle Eastern. It's
Very nice.
it's like a drone, so it's just kind of, sets the. It's just a single note. And then it's a tabla. I'm gonna take a piece.
Oh my god.
The man came back from the Shadow Temple.
Carl, your
Shadow
turn.
Realm.
New man.
Your turn, bro.
Huh?
Your turn, dude. Alright.
Make sure you're good, bro. We're all good. I am Monk. Remember that show from USA, Monk?
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Oh, the podcast is different when you can't hear the music.
Yeah, the podcast be hitting different.
This podcast be hitting different.
Yeah, be hitting different. We just be hanging out.
It's like for fun.
That's the blooper at the end of the video. The podcast be hitting different when you can't hear any music.
It's just like 6 minutes of silence. Yeah.
Where you going, bro?
He's getting pizza, dude.
We're
He's
sponsored
found
by
his
Pizza Hut.
Where is my pizza?
Where is my pingo?
Oh shit, the podcast do be hitting different when there's no music.
That's what I'm saying. It's a completely different thing.
Oh man.
So I'm pretty sure that the person on the tablas
Mm-hmm.
is the bassist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Lester?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he would be the only one playing at this part.
Well, you also got
Except the
that
tempura.
droning, yeah.
Yeah, the drone.
If you're at home, just go ahead and light some incense, lay down,
Eat pizza.
eat pizza, in bed.
That video I posted in the chat
Oh yeah.
of Trichi Sankaran.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got to do like a workshop with him when I was at the Berkeley
Really?
like drum camp.
Cool.
That was probably the coolest
That sounds really
thing
nice.
Yeah.
that I did when I was there.
I'll put a link in the thingy.
Yeah, but it was in one of like the performance centers.
Mhm.
So he just went over kind of like the Middle Eastern like philosophy of music. Like it's very interesting how like culturally like our concepts of music are completely different.
That's
right?
awesome,
Like
yeah.
the scales and stuff that they use.
Oh, for sure. That's what was it? The Beatles are famous for going over there
Mm-hmm.
for trying to like learn music differently,
Right.
without any scales or anything like that.
That
Yeah.
was with Ravi, right? Ravi Shankar.
Mm-hmm. That was.
Yeah.
Well, we are in the sleep part of it.
Yes, definitely.
So this is the sound of a reptile. You are a snake. You're a little coily boy.
Well, we all have a reptile brain.
Sure.
It's
what
just like the base kind of part of our
Exactly.
brain.
Are we
Right.
eating?
George Carlin would say we use most of that. Most people use that all the time.
Right. It's kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs,
Mhm.
almost kind of,
Mhm.
right?
I don't want to die.
Yeah. Just like, all right, what am I eating
Give
today?
me
Like-
food. I need to poop. You're a child, basically.
It's our id.
Yeah, I like
Our
Uncrustables, dude.
What?
What's that?
Peanut butter and jelly.
All right, dude. I don't know what the fuck. you're
Carl be
talking
hitting
about.
different.
That Carl sure be hitting different. We're moving into eating, though.
Oh man, we're eating a lot of things right now.
What's the
Or
time?
what do you guys
What is
think?
the timestamp on eating?
Yeah, I mean,
chill, dude.
there
I
is no
got the timestamp
timestamp.
on it.
That's
It's
interesting.
not on
Two
there.
interpretation.
Yeah, it's 2. I know it's part 2, but we don't know.
I
what
guess
the
you're
timestamp
right
is.
because what are we?
Well, we kind of like.
We're
know.
5 minutes
This
in.
is definitely eating. We're eating now.
This
We're
is-
eating.
I'm
I'm eating.
I
You're
got-
eating.
this
I got
sounds-
eating.
This
I got the
sounds
YouTube
like
open.
eating.
We're about to
This
prepare a
sounds
meal
like eating.
I'll be in the
because the beat's
kitchen,
about to start for the next
Yeah.
section. You know.
Yeah, so we're eating.
flipping burger.
No, you're not cooking, dude. You're eating.
Right, I'm already eating.
You're already eating that.
Well,
eating
cook
the
cook
burger.
what? You eat the raw meat.
That's right.
You kill the animal. You
Caveman.
eat the raw meat.
You eat the
You eat
the animals.
You eat the meat.
Yeah.
You eat the meat.
Why not?
Yeah, man.
Joe,
It's meat.
Joe wrote it.
It's good.
You can eat that meat, boy.
You gotta eat this buffalo's cock.
This meat, boy.
You gotta eat. No, it's more like you gotta eat that buffalo cock, man. That shit is crazy. Jamie, pull
Joe
that
would be
shit.
like,
Jamie,
Jamie,
pull that shit
Jamie,
up.
That thing about the buffalo cock, it's crazy.
Pull
You
that
don't
up.
even think about it, but buffalo cock is everywhere, right?
Mm.
I mean, it's gotta be.
When you really think
That's
about it.
Joe Rogan.
When you eat Pizza Hut, man.
Right? Jamie, pull it up.
You ever do DMT and think about buffalo cock?
It's like every.
You ever smoke DMT out of a buffalo cock?
That's the real question.
Just freaking like powderize it and just like snort that shit.
Anyway, what part of the album are we in?
Right.
We're
I don't
gonna
know if
eat,
I'd ever
bro.
snort.
We're
DMT,
eating, dude.
man.
We're eating.
We
That's a
eating
rough
good.
ride.
All right, we've got
In
the
the
first
neighborhood.
guitar.
Shit.
First guitar is
Oh my
online.
god. Yeah, what if it's just one direct command? Sleep, eat, shit, fuck.
Fight.
At the same time.
Yeah, all at once.
You just fight your girlfriend while you're fucking.
It's breaking into the
boyfriend,
funk.
whatever,
You can hear.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
It's
2020.
coming.
2020,
Oh, yeah.
man. Fuck whatever you
That's
want.
not the first guitar. That's the second guitar that came in completely.
He's computer man.
It's very trippy. And
Yeah.
then they bring the tempura in the background too at that part.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
really trippy, dude.
This is my favorite song in the album.
yeah.
This
Right here.
is what is
This
it?
part.
Number 2, 3.
2, 3.
This
the
is three.
transition into
This is
3
three
and
for
on. Man.
3?
This
So
is
then
number
this is shit.
This is 3 for you?
Shit.
No.
Oh,
This
oh,
is
you mean number
my
3.
third favorite.
Shit
Yes.
to fuck.
Yeah.
Shit to fuck is my favorite song.
This is my
Number
third
three,
favorite.
a little bit
so
of both.
Australopithecus
PM
is my
poop.
second favorite.
Nice, bro.
Port's my second. I
It's my first
Like,
favorite, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What they do at this ending part, they do a lot of just post-rock things
Mhm.
and jazz.
Mhm.
It's just so interesting.
I like, the
prog jazz.
Yes, exactly.
the guitar tone in your right ear. I don't know what it is, but it's like glass breaking
It's
or
a
something.
they've
you
got
know,
a
it's
delay
like
on
very,
it.
like-
It's like
It's
It
very
kind of
trippy.
rolls off it. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
it's shimmering. It's like very high
Shimmering.
and bright.
That that was like the adjective that I used to describe it, but I couldn't think of anything else really.
His higher notes on
Yeah.
the fretless.
Very
Or is
nice.
that on the? No, it's on the fretless.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
Carl?
it might strictly be fretless.
I think it
Wow.
might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds
Mhm.
like this is like you know what this is like. It's like Pat Metheny on acid.
Sure.
I see it.
A lot of acid references tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty trippy album. I was gonna
There's
say,
tempura.
I'm not trying to shame you. We're past the joke, but what do you think of the album?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's it reminds me of like a lot of bands, especially like more like or like later '90s, like earlier 2000s, like specifically like metalcore with like the changes and transitions. So it's like
Sure.
it's really like heavy, and then it just like breaks down to like really soft, like melodic, like type choruses and stuff. It's like cool. It's nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's different, and the vocals are always like almost always like super heavy, and then. Only difference would be like that there isn't any really like singing in this. It's just like really
Right.
like
Yeah, just a lot
heavy
of rough vocals.
Yeah,
If any at all. I mean, a lot of the album is instrumental too.
Yeah,
You know.
but when you
Yeah.
hear those vocals,
Which
it's like
I
definitely primal.
didn't
you
pick
know?
up
Yeah,
on the first
very
couple
primal.
of times.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a very, well, like you said, it's a very
Instrumental
melodic album, so the music
Yeah.
kind of carries itself in a way that's like, oh yeah, there's no voice, there's no vocals.
Yeah, you would never think
Yeah.
of the vocals.
You
as
don't
an
even think
afterthought.
about it. You're like,
you
oh
wouldn't
yeah.
think of it as
Honestly-
lesser, but it's just like
Yeah.
When I was pulling the lyrics for this album, it was like no lyrics for the Reptilian Brain, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, but
Like-
you're like.
Because I honestly remembered like the vocals in the song, but there are none. And
no,
this
but
part is sick.
that's what it is. It's like
Yeah.
Well,
some
here
songs need that.
This part woke me the fuck up.
we're at shit because you gotta take a shit.
Dude, it sounds very like you gotta kill your neighbor, you know, because he's got like he's trying to
You just gotta commit murder real quick.
he's trying to like take over, you know, and stuff. So you gotta kill your neighbor, you know. It's like he's trying to steal your wheel, you know.
Is there something you want to talk to us about?
No, but he's like trying to steal your wheel, or he's trying to steal your woman. You know?
We've got Carl.
Steal your
So you
wheel.
walk out of your cave, you know, and you like
Steal your wheel?
wheel, yeah.
As the saying
Caveman,
goes, yeah.
Yeah, it's the age-old
You
saying.
see him, dude. You know,
The
just
old
like,
adage,
you
Trying to
stick on
reinvent the
sight,
wheel
you
over
know?
here.
I don't know. We've got Carl Fed posting in the podcast
Yeah,
here.
you see him, you're like, you're stick on sight, dude. Get back inside your
The
cave.
bass counter melodies at this part are pretty sick.
Sounds evil.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it does. It's like when somebody comes back and they're like, yeah, don't go in there for a while. It's because of like that's that song.
That's the oral representation.
Yeah, that scent won't go away, you know.
Yeah, dude, it lingers.
Ooh. The drum fill was
This is fighting.
This is
for
fight.
sure.
This is fight.
Is it fight?
Yeah,
It must.
because there's only 4-5
This
minutes
is like
left.
fuck you all.
There's
Like
a bunch of white people.
It sounds
at the
like
bar.
fight.
What did you say?
There's a bunch of, this is like just
This is Brickyard
bunch
after
of, bunch
3
of white
a.m.
people fighting at the bar for no reason whatsoever.
yeah. This is like
Just remember that
like
Dave
a
Chappelle skit.
trust fund babies like fighting at like a John Mayer concert.
What do you know?
One
Dave
guy-
Chappelle, John
one
Mayer
guy-
skit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like it's like John Mayer's. He's like cue the fight music. He's like and they're just like just fighting inside the restaurant.
John Mayer can do it, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
John
he's
Mayer
sick.
can fucking play.
Dave Chappelle.
John Mayer.
Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle actually did a lot of live shows with John Mayer.
Oh yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
It's badass. He'll just like tell jokes and he's like, and John Mayer. And he just starts playing.
He's like, oh, here's John Mayer's over here. It's just like
That's like a perfect combination
It kind of is.
that you never realize.
Yeah.
Same kind of
Works.
group of people that would appreciate both.
He's actually pretty
Yeah.
funny himself though too.
Just
Oh, yeah.
high people.
Pretty much. Which is a lot of people you'd realize, like the whole live entertainment scene. Maybe it's something not everybody does, but it's a big
No,
part of it that
yeah, yeah.
it's funny. You're just like, yeah, they're all probably stoned. Every concert, everything you've ever gone to, even movies on like opening nights, just gonna reek of fucking weed.
These guys are pretty big stoners. I actually should
Hey
grab
Jamie,
this.
can
Oh,
you,
these guys?
Can
No.
you zoom in on John Mayer's cock?
Can you pull up the video right there? Ooh, there's the picture, and I zoom in on the cock. Thank
He's
you.
like, man, he's like, I didn't know Mayer was packing heat like that.
Oh fuck yeah!
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
We're going to
yeah,
the gorilla
yeah,
cam
yeah.
for this one.
There you go.
Very nice.
They're into dolphins.
Dolphins.
Because they think they're like really smart and stuff, you know?
One lucky viewer can
So,
win this.
You think there was
t-shirt.
you think if a dolphin ever had made sex with a caveman, made all sorts of kinds of different aids, man?
Oh,
Gorilla could probably rip your
Got back
fucking
just in
arms
time
off.
for
That's a
Jimmy,
good
fuck that
question.
shit up. You got
You
that
think
video
God
of the
stays
gorilla
in
ripping
heaven
its.
because he too fears what he created. It's from Spy Kids 2.
This is fucking cool, man.
This is fuck.
This is good. This is
all
fuck.
the kinds of
This
aids
is
he's
fuck.
running down.
That's he's
when
been
he
down.
broke
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
broke the little bird bath. He's like, I hated that bird bath. He's like, I broke that bird bath.
Oh yeah, and then she goes, I named her Rose from the Titanic, and then he goes, what'd you name him?
Shrek.
Shrek.
He's like, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Now there's the jazz. There's
No,
the,
dude.
There's the Prague.
This
Rose
is
after Miss Kate Winslet.
this is
Too
fuck,
good.
right?
This is sick.
This is fuck.
This
right?
is fuck.
Okay.
This is fuck as fuck.
I didn't imagine this. This is like the best part of the album right here.
It's a great way to end the album.
Absolutely.
The caveman
Like-
just came back home after killing the neighbor, dude. He's just gonna fuck.
It
his
lets
wife
you down
up.
softly,
no, go back,
you
go
know?
Mm.
It doesn't just kind of drop you. It lets you down
Yeah, it's
nice and
damn it.
slow.
We ain't done yet.
Dude, you're
Just leave it off.
Sorry, I don't
what
wanna
are
mess
you
up your
doing,
sleeve.
man?
We got Australopithecus over here.
You want it like this?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, just like this for a second. Hold on, just one second.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I have ascended.
There you go.
It's mortal coil.
Oh my god. The reptilian brain over here.
We're just fucking.
We're on fuck.
We're on fuck.
Fuck is so good.
There you go. Carl's ready to make some primordial soup.
Dude, that's some good footage you got there.
That's great. I'll probably end up just using
Meanwhile.
that one.
You can just do rapid cuts between both. Like,
That's true.
that'll
Yeah,
be-
rapid.
You know the way
Very jarring.
the way Sasha and Dave are cutting it up left and right. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
the
like,
way they're
Just pan them.
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
they're
yeah.
crossing streams, dude.
that's right, dude. That tremolo.
She's nice.
Some albums they get to this length and they don't feel deserved. It feels deserving once you get to this point. You know what I mean?
It's pretty ballsy to put like a fucking 16-minute
Yeah.
instrumental song at the end of your album.
It's
It
about
is.
par for the course. Like when I
They-
saw it, I was like, yeah. all
They
right.
did break it up into
That's
like
true.
5 parts.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
it is still 16-minute piece.
You don't see that though. When
No, of
you're
course
listening
not.
to it.
I didn't even
feel
know
like
until
it.
you
You
showed
can't-
me the record.
It doesn't feel like it
Yeah.
though.
All right.
So, talking about the album
So, yes, let's go ahead and
That
give
was
our
an album.
final thoughts.
at large.
That is the last song, The Reptilian Brain.
Oh.
But we do have a few more songs that we've been listening to lately.
Oh hell yeah!
Here we've got
This is from Halo.
A Walk in the Woods.
I've been playing Halo.
Nice.
Master Chief Collection.
Cool.
You're not the only one.
I was never an Xbox
That's a
kid.
common
Dude,
Dude,
never
going
got
back
it.
through how good Halo is, like
Halo's
Halo is
one
19
of-
years old, and it blows like modern, every
Shooters,
modern game out of the
first-person
water.
shooters.
It's
Yeah.
But it's
Absolutely
like, which one's like
ridiculous.
2? I heard it was like 2 and 3.
1
were
and
really good.
2.
2.
1 and
Two
2.
is
Yeah,
the best.
Derek.
Two
Derek
is the
loves
best.
2.
Halo 2. He'll like swear to it, and he loves Melee too.
Halo
so
3,
I feel like you guys
ODST
would
2.
relate on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean Halo. I think CE, the first one, is a masterpiece. Personally.
Mhm.
How do you feel about
But-
Reach?
Reach.
Yeah.
I like playing it
That was
online,
Bungie
sorry.
as well, right?
Yeah, it was Bungie.
What's that? Reach was
People
good.
were very,
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
hype about it. Remember that?
Reach was
Ego
good.
I played a
Raptor
lot of
video?
Reach on the Xbox, yeah. It was good.
Reach
It was good
through
online. It
3.
was nice online.
Reach through 3.
Halo Chef.
So
I don't think
Yeah.
Master Chief.
what are we gonna do?
Master Chief was in 3. And
Well,
Reach,
we
sorry.
can talk about the album, our final thoughts.
We can talk about that. We can talk more about Halo if you want, or we
Yeah,
can talk
sure.
more about the
All
album.
right.
We can go on
This
Halo
was
all
your
day
pick,
long,
right?
but
It was your pick.
This song's only a minute 45. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a minute 45 to talk about Halo, man.
No.
This is good though.
I guess.
You know, it reminds me
chill.
of some of the better
This is
like MIDI formatted tracks for
Yeah, for
video
sure.
games.
Halo music's is like super epic. bro.
It's pretty good.
You
Yeah.
don't think about it sometimes,
No,
but
this
a
is
really,
thick.
Yes.
a really
That.
good game that hits all the
PH.
marks. Great music too.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The thing is,
Metal
this
Gear,
is
Zelda.
happening
Gear,
between
Silent Hill.
like
Sound.
huge fucking like battles and stuff. It's like, all right, let me like grab some ammo and I guess I'll get some active camouflage on. You know,
Battle
it's
music-
like combat has evolved. You know, it's
Battle
like
music is so epic.
you're in the
though.
fucking
What the-
future. Yeah, like the maps are massive. It's
Oh.
great.
I feel the same about Destiny, same creators.
This is what I was talking about, Andrew.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What?
This is Disclosure.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
Bungie.
Yeah, similar. Yeah, it was good.
I
Expansive. The music was like,
I think it's the same guy.
yeah.
This song's called Energy. Funny enough, I didn't even realize it. The other song I put on there, AMPM Truck, is by two brothers, twins. And this is also by two brothers, but they're not twins. They're from the UK. So basically what you hear is what you get. Like electronic music with a fusion of like samba, a little bit of maybe even bossa nova stuff in there.
Doesn't sound like they're playing like a normal drum set. You know.
No,
Ooh, what's that?
I gotta
Just
hear those
wait.
chords first.
just wait. It's gonna get to a point in the song where
Is this Major Lazer?
I'm gonna, yeah, right? There's gonna be a point where I go this part, and then you're gonna go, oh, that's why you brought it to us. That's good. But anyways, I will give the album Prehistoricisms 7 out of 10, 3.5 out of 5. Really good. I'll go back to listening to it. Like Reptilian Brain's badass. I can see myself just putting that on because that's almost like a small
It's like a mini
miniature album
It's like a
on its
little
own.
LP
You know what I mean?
within
It's a good
itself.
way to like
Sure,
listen
yeah.
to Intronaut for a good while.
It's a whole movement.
Exactly.
You know?
It's this whole experience. But yeah, that was like my third favorite on it, and I think I wrote down, what was it? That it could be described, the album could be described in a couple words. Primal groove. That's the whole thing. It's like a
Nice.
primal
That's a good way to
groove.
put it. Yeah, primal groove.
I like that.
Yeah.
We want to like go around and Alec, because he picked it. Do
This
you want
part.
you be the last one? This one? Oh yeah.
That's why I brought it to you.
Those deep house, dub techno
Yeah, dude.
chords.
There's some house in there, dude. But yeah, I mean, Alec, you brought this album. Didn't mean to hijack the
Well, we can
first review.
we can conclude it like with all the outsider
true,
opinions,
that's true.
and then like you know what I mean. So Carl, what do you
Carl,
think
now
of
that you've heard the whole thing, what do you think?
That was good.
It kind of works with the
Right now.
Right now.
It was
Your
good.
energy
but
flows.
It was good, but it felt like it got a little repetitive at times. So maybe more vocals, like 6, 7 out of 10. Like 7
Yeah.
out of 10, yeah.
For sure.
I think it's fair because I think it is really good. Like the instrumentals are very good, and the vocals when they did have them were like really nice. So
Yeah.
if they would have
Solid.
the vocals would have been like nicer. I did appreciate those. Could fit well in some of the songs.
Sure.
I really like this album a lot. Yeah, I think I would give it probably a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. There are a lot of really solid elements that come together really well. I think the mix was pretty good. You know, it reminded me a lot of the sound of it reminded me a lot of a lot of shellac stuff. Which, if you're not familiar with shellac, great band, check it out. Steve Albini was in it, of Big Black and Rape Man fame, and that one throws people for a loop. Rape Man, that was a good band too. Rape Man was a good band, but
Good game.
yeah.
Right,
Just
man,
want
nothing wrong.
to say this is the second podcast, and we brought up Albini
This
again.
is yeah, it's true. Well,
we
you know,
can't
everything.
escape
It's
coming
like
up every week.
I hope you realize at this point.
it's
There's
like
nothing wrong with it, by the way.
it's like
Just happened to notice.
it's like 50 Shades of Kevin Bacon, right?
Mm.
So it all comes back to them. But no, yeah, this was an excellent album. I love it. I would say, like I said, 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. My favorite tracks were definitely either any three. I didn't have a particular order of the literal Black Cloud, the title track Prehistoricisms, and the Reptilian Brain is just a really. I couldn't like pick any particular movement, but that whole suite was really. I appreciate long suites. I like long form post rock and prog rock, King Crimson. All the way to Godspeed You Black Emperor, so all that good stuff is, yeah. So that,
Nice.
if you like this album, I think you probably would also enjoy, like I said, Shellac. I would probably recommend Terraform. Terraform was a really good album of theirs. It's kind of similar to this. And there's some parts, I guess, that kind of reminded me of Filth by Swans. So Swans, or Cop, but early Swans would be a
I've
good,
heard people
yes.
compare them to
Swans,
like
huh?
Neurosis or Isis. which
Yes.
I've never heard either of those before,
Yes.
so I'm not sure like how good.
Compared to ISIS and Neurosis.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is this your pick? Who's picking?
Oh, this is me. Yeah.
What do we listen to here?
This is Chess. You don't know what Chess sounds like?
No. Sounds
You
great
rate the
though.
album.
How do I rate the album?
Andrew.
Uh,
I like your picks though, Zach. Your top picks.
Thank you.
They're a little unconventional from
Yeah.
how I saw the album, but
What were
I
the
still
top three
appreciate
again?
them.
You-
as
well, that
'cause
was,
I liked the little literal Black Cloud.
Yeah, and you
a lot
liked,
as
I
well.
know you liked Anyport and Sundial. On and off with Sundial. Yeah, I like the literal Black Cloud, the title track Prehistoricisms, and the suite, the Reptilian Brain. One of my favorites.
Sorry, Andrew.
no, I'm still thinking.
You're
Give you some time.
formatting your thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, the literal Black Cloud, my favorite part about that were the dissonant chords.
Let's
And
break
then
it.
Prehistoricisms was great for the. All right.
He's got his number.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Ties, real foods.
Is this your friend talking?
Yeah, if I were to average our scores together, this was a terrible album. But like I said, split the difference like a 7.1. It's not something I would ordinarily like. Outside of this podcast, I'd never listen to this album. I'm glad I
Good.
did.
Sure.
I'm glad I did. I
Somebody
mean,
bring
that's
us
part
some
of the
stuff.
reason I
Yeah.
love to do it.
Yeah.
The more funk and jazz breakdown elements to it, like those aspects to it, I really dug. Like the fact that they and hearing that made me appreciate it as a whole in general too. Just the whole variety of it and just the juxtaposition, jumping back and forth. I liked it. I like it more the more I listened to it. it was really easy for me to write it off the first like 2 times, but after that, like I really started to dig a lot.
Starting
of
to like really just settle in.
yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Well, tell us about chess.
Oh, this was
Yeah.
something I discovered. and then I heard it, and I was like, I like this, and then now we're listening to it.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's a very unique story.
I
Yeah.
forgot to mention, thank you for bringing it up. If you like this, the one band I would recommend was Russian Circles. While although not exactly the same, and I know you like them too, Andrew. Yes. But they're fully instrumental, whereas
Yes.
Intronaut is semi-instrumental. Still have a vocal.
Right.
I
At least
like
on
the
this
balance
album.
they show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Later on, they do.
The thing to mention is like their later albums, like their other discography, might be like completely different than this. To me, it has a more
Who
like
put this on?
generic sound to it.
Sure.
But that's just my
Is
opinion.
this you?
Sure, I
So-
get you.
Fucking Khruangbin is so
It's like almost like you
White
have
gloves,
that slot
man.
filled. Like if I want to listen to that, I'll listen to Mastodon.
Right.
Don't really need
it's
to go
like
to
they
Intronaut for
did
that.
this so well that it's
Yeah.
like
It's hard to see it another way.
They fit that
White gloves.
niche that it's just
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
you fit there, Like
It's
you
already
filled that
occupied.
This is that 2 a.m.
void
existential
that I
crisis.
didn't know that I was missing. Honestly, I'd give this album like a 4.5.
Nice.
I really like this album.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
Out of 5.
4.5.
No, I know.
Yeah. 9 out of 10.
4.5 out of 100.
I mean, like the mix isn't perfect or anything. It
It was
came out in
like,
2008, but it's like not great. That might be the only thing that I would really like
Yeah.
take away from it. Like for me, obviously, this album hits different because of just like
No,
the
you
way that
definitely
it
have that connection to it.
yeah the way that it like
and
came
I like
to me.
I like the reason you had
So,
that connection to it.
That was kind of why I
Mhm.
brought it up because I think it's unique and worth listening to because I don't think a
Sure.
lot of people have really listened to that whole album.
Yeah, dude,
And it's
I
got
would-
a lot of like cool vibes
Music videos
throughout
are
it.
so fucking
So
weird.
Would have never heard it if you didn't recommend it.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
no, and I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I like to do
It's
this.
cool.
I'm like,
Awesome.
hell yeah.
It's good.
Like my life
Good
is better
choice.
for having it in
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
It truly is.
Absolutely.
Now somebody brings that band up, we'll be like, heard of them.
Oh, Intronauts? Reptilian Brain?
and you'd know, in my opinion, like their best album.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks for doing the work for me. I appreciate that, man.
I mean, dude, the Reptilian Brain.
yeah,
come on.
no, it really was.
Yeah, man. well,
This
I
is
like
sick though.
Fuck.
Yeah,
It's a
this
different
is,
song.
This is your pick.
This
right?
is Khruangbin. Yo, I approve highly.
This is your pick.
Yeah, it's my
like
pick.
with
There
these.
it is.
Sorry, just the boys.
Oh boy.
Just the boys.
That's just the boys.
Khruangbin.
This is just three
This
boys.
is this is Off the Boys podcast.
Off the Boys podcast. FBI right here.
The boys are back.
No, we're off the boys.
This podcast right here, officer.
No, we're done with boys.
We
Yeah.
moved on.
Yeah, we turned a new leaf, you know. Off of the
Show
boys.
them
Only-
your,
Oh!
show 'em your big boy.
The browser,
Oh,
the thing.
the browser,
It did
yeah.
the thing.
Show
On the
me
last
big boy.
song, it paused over there.
That little.
It's more editing work for David, more splicing work for David.
Show.
Well done.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
my
we're
pick.
not gonna see ourselves being recorded, but that's okay.
That's
Who cares?
Bro,
We know what it's like.
Yeah.
What?
Can we talk about what a great band Khruangbin is?
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Khruangbin.
Do you guys feel like sometimes you're not limited to bringing certain things from the podcast, but it's like you want to spend your turn, like Alex, showing you something you might not have heard. But we could all agree if we did a review on this band, this
It
album.
would be stellar.
This
Yeah,
is
we
all
such a
around
good.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I have to check it out. I've never heard them before.
White gloves.
Yes.
White-
White Gloves.
White
Friday morning.
Gloves.
What we're listening
White
to.
Yeah,
Is that the album?
never heard them, but yeah.
That song. Listen to that song.
We got the unpopular opinion over here from Tiger Man.
Yeah.
They aight.
Yeah,
Sorry, did I put
cool.
Yeah, it's like
I
I
did
could
that on
pick.
purpose.
I could pick like a Porcupine Tree album, right,
Sure.
for my first one. But it's like
Yeah.
you already know I like them. Like you can check out any album by them if you
Yeah.
wanted to,
Exactly.
or I
already
could,
know of them,
you know,
you know?
pick like a really choice album that you might not listen to if I wanted to do that. But
Really good soft psych. Influenced a lot by, a lot of that obscure, like, Eastern European or, Southeast Asian, like, psych music from the 60s and 70s that people tend to, like, kind of like fetishize. I don't know if you remember, like a lot of these labels are reissuing a lot of like African funky psychedelic music from the time. It's like nobody's ever heard of it, but
Africa by Toto, dude.
it gets Africa by Toto or William Onyapa or something.
That was their biggest influence, I think.
Yeah,
But
Weezer.
it kind of influenced by that. But honestly, I really just I just hear soft rock and I hear soft psych in this, like American soft rock.
It's kind of like an
soft
air
psych.
vibe.
This is like if
your turn to-
this is like if fucking Greta Van Fleet did what they were trying to do, like good and not shit. And
Zach Soft Rock McGill.
yeah, Zach Soft Rock
McElroy.
Zach Soft Cock.
Don't
McElroy.
dox him now. You know his full name.
Have to edit that out later.
Bro, you know was after me, right?
What?
No, I'm kidding. For now. But
Oh my God.
Zach Soft.
Stay away from both sides.
yeah.
Where are these guys from?
Oh yeah, they're from Texas.
Really?
Yes.
They
Exotic.
have such a coast sound. You know?
I forget if it was Houston or Austin, but they're from Texas.
Well,
It might have been Dallas. I don't know.
Makes
But
sense, then.
They're from Texas.
Well,
Though. They
which one is
recorded. They recorded at least their first two albums in a barn, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So they would go and they would record the album in the barn, and I guess I don't know where they would mix it, but they would go out and seclude themselves in the middle of nowhere, and so that's basically where this was recorded right now. And I just picked this because it's the most beautiful song from them, I think. And the music video is really beautiful too if you get a chance to watch it. Yeah, I think the premise, I forget, I could look at the description right now, but it's too far from me. The premise of the video is they had all the members of the band sit in like a booth, and they had played, they didn't know what they were going to be looking at in the booth.
He looks
Whenever
super
whoever directed
bored as
this.
fuck.
And boy, he's crying.
He's what?
He's crying.
Oh,
he's
he's
in a
crying.
booth. They're all in a booth. They're all in booths anyway, and they don't know what they're about to see. And I think they see messages from like video messages from their family and friends and loved ones, talking positively and nice about them and saying how much I love you and this and that. So
I
they
see
were
it.
like, yeah, it's like, oh,
It's
I
a
didn't
very-
expect that. That's really sweet.
absolutely.
So, and it really matches the music too, and yeah, they're really good live. I haven't seen them live, but the live recordings that I've seen were really good. I think I was exposed to this band actually because of a Pitchfork. I think it was Pitchfork?
Yeah.
Live. Yeah,
Pitchfork
yeah. They did
They
did that live performance, and it was really good because I think they had that
I think that's
genuine.
Yeah.
They had
I think
that
that's
It's a
what I
really good
got
live
into it,
Pitchfork
too.
performance.
And that's how I discovered it because the
Yeah.
YouTube algorithm really pushed that video for a certain period of time. For real. Like,
It just does
I had
sometimes.
no,
It just does that.
It does
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah,
I
I
saw that
remember
video. They had fuck you. They had no, but they had the authentic like 60s. I don't know what you called it. It was like
Twango
like
Mango.
no for the
It's
visual
Twango
effects.
Mango.
The visual effects. They had the visual effects in the background, which was done with like plasma or some weird like substance with light shown through it. Oil, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And they had it shown in the
Shit
back
that
of the
fucking
back.
That you holding
Exactly.
plasma?
He knows what I'm talking about.
It's me?
You're just like, aw.
But yeah, they had those like projected on the back, and I was like, wow, that's
That
kind of
was you
interesting.
holding
And
fast.
the sound that they
That's what
had,
that looks
even
like.
live, like because you can emulate this sound in the studio easily, but live, they still had this kind of like early 70s, late 60s.
Is it like the
soft
Leslie or something, the one that spins around?
for the visual effect? Yeah. I think
No,
so.
the guitar cab to get that effect.
I am
of,
not-
like a spinning speaker.
Yeah, I'm not so well versed on
Do you
that.
know about
stuff,
that?
so I don't know.
I'm sorry?
Is it a Leslie, like the spinning guitar speaker?
It's
Yeah,
it's
play
a
it,
cabinet.
makes
It's
it
like
weird.
it's like a rotary.
Yeah.
What is it?
That sounds neat. I'll
Leslie
have to look
cabinet.
into
It's
it,
like
though.
a rotary speaker.
Ah.
Death grips. Ooh.
I don't know why that's
We're
in my
listening
head.
to Get Got by Death Grips.
Ah.
Anyways,
So, you can splice that in.
sure. I'll splice this. This will be the ending song. Thank you for watching. Pretty good positive reviews. If you like progressive metal, this is the album for you. The song. Check out Russian Circles. What was it? Check out Shellac.
Yes. Shellac, Swans.
Swans. Yes.
I would say Cloud Kicker
Oh yeah.
too,
If you like this, definitely play.
which is kind of interesting because Cloud Kicker and Intronaut basically provided like the full band for Cloud Kicker
Oh really?
on like a limited tour.
Huh.
So
Well, small world. Makes
Yeah.
sense that they would play together, you know.
so
Yeah.
So check out ballbangers.com.
All right. That's how we'll end it tonight.
Shameless.
Thanks for
Shameless
watching.
plug.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Good night. Sleep well, pretty little girl.
Okay.
Hell yeah.